What's up guys, and welcome back to another episode of the Premier League Career Mode. It is episode number 31. Fulham 3 wins in their last 4 in all competitions, starting to stabilise a little bit after a really tough run of form. Today, loads to get through. The FA Cup 4th round against Tranmere Rovers, more big games in the Premier League, and we're starting off with this. 2 big bids here for homegrown players, both from European sides. Club Brugge want Ryan Sessegnon, who of course has just signed a new contract, and Jay Stansfield, who's just returned from loan from Bournemouth, is wanted by Fortuna Düsseldorf. Not against selling him at some point, but now that Joel Perreault's been sold, I want him as my third choice for the rest of the season. Yeah, I don't mind Jay Stansfield, out on loan at Bournemouth this year, got 4 goals in 11, up a rating of 78 overall. And we did say when we took over at Fulham, I don't know what this guy's potential is, max potential, but I could definitely see high 70s, early 80s. And I still believe if we loan him out again for the rest of the season, we might kickstart some development there and continue to let him grow. Don't think we'll need him between now and the end of the season. We've still got Cauley Woodrow as emergency. So yeah, again, our budget on the back of the sale of Joel, 53 mil, 2 weeks to go until the window slams shut, and I'm definitely still contemplating bringing in a new centre-half. And now Everton putting in a bid for Sessegnon. You know, I did mention with he and Tavares, not against selling one of the two, but since Ryan's just accepted or I should say extended his contract, I often say this, but if a player extends their contract, in my opinion, they're off limits for the season, I would say. As Brighton want Jay Stansfield, totally fine with that. They're a struggling Premier League side right now, so for 6 months trying to keep the Seagulls up on loan, that's a good bit of experience for him there. But Paris Saint-Germain is not quite what I was thinking. I mean, it's an interesting one, but obviously not. I know they need a replacement for Kylian Mbappe. I've gone on record as saying I think Kolo Muani's going to have a great season with Mbappe now going to the Bernabeu, but I don't see it being Jay Stansfield. Right, first game today should be a banker. FA Cup 4th round, League 2, Tranmere Rovers at Prenton Park. I never faced these guys in the Cup. Taking them on though, travelling to Birkenhead, should be a banker. Come on, Fulham. Tranmere Rovers are a great team if you want to do an RTG. Starting in the 4th tier. You got some fantastic local rivals with Everton and Liverpool when you eventually reach the top tier. You got a long way to go. Prenton Park as a stadium is an old stadium that's undergone a lot of transformations over the years. Just a fun team to use, really. And this is going to be a simple victory for us today. Yeah, I can rest my entire team for this one. I often say sometimes the conditions are ripe for a cup set. Leicester City, top of the Championship, us in poor form. That was definitely a possibility. But this one here, after 3 wins in 4, even though we're away against the League 2 side, this should be a comfortable win. Let's get through a minimal fuss and no injuries today. Hayden to Nathan. Mason to Kurstovic. It's a nice ball through. It's got to be 2. Got to be 2. Mason, can you finish, son? Yeah, easy money. Easy money. Chance to get a few goals on the board, make it 4 wins in 5, get some confidence flowing. Always a nice feeling. So nice to be able to rest all my starters for this game as well. And we've got a couple out there. Taylor and Matt, who are back from injury. Nathan as well on that left-hand side. But for the most part, our key players all getting to rest today. And that's such a big boost because we've got Man City on Wednesday night. And no doubt about it, we failed to win that game. It's going to be very hard to make up the ground in the race for the title from there. Kurstovic's header makes it 3, and that is gonna do it. 3-0 Fulham, put us in the hat for the last 16. Felt confident once the draw was made, and we've just done our job. I guess the best way of putting it is efficiently today. Yep, it's comfortable as we get to Fulham, but nobody really expected anything other than that. Progress to the last 16. Last year reached the final. Year before that got to the semis. This year I want nothing short of another Wembley appearance as well. So here we go. Deadline day is here, and I think the first thing we're going to see is Jay Stansfield go out on loan. Just waiting for that to go through, and then as soon as it does, we will consider the moves we want to make. Again, loads of money to work with, but it's typical, really. It's like we've finally got into form, 4 wins in 5. And now we've got the money, you know? But I still do think I will bring in a new centre-half. We've just got to improve our defence, man. I mean, I guess the only alternative, I suppose. I'm really big on this kid, by the way. I genuinely think, I say kid, he's 24 now. God, how time flies. I keep forgetting we're 4 seasons in. Do you guys find that as well? You're doing an RTG, you look at a player's age, and you're like, hang on a second, I thought he was 18. And then you realise you've done like 7 seasons. Yeah, I guess we could just let the money carry over. I mean, I said this before, like, just because you got the money doesn't mean you have to spend it. It's a mantra that I've learned far too late in life, but better late than never. We don't have to buy anyone if we don't want to. I mean, there's a few players I've got on the short list that I will be quite keen on bringing in. I've had my eye on this guy for a while. He started off at Newcastle. I believe it's the Thiago Silva regen, but not right now. Possible, I would say. It's just unfortunate. A couple of the players that I really want have moved on for this season, so I often say, to me, that means they're off limits. Mickey van der Ven is the one I really want. We've got a nice Dutch connection here at Fulham, and I think he'd be a great fit, but sadly out of our budget for this season. I think that's what I might actually do. I might backtrack on my original plan and just decide to let the money carry over until next season and then go after my number 1 target, who for now is slightly outrageous, unless we could just about afford him. And it's worth a go, right? Just in case. I'm not sure we got the cash, but maybe just in case. Let's go for it. Yeah, it's going to be Mickey or no one for me. I'm not bringing someone in as a B or C option. If I can't get Van den Ven, I'm not bringing in anyone. I do like him as well. I really like him. I haven't used him in this year's FC so far. Do I have anyone I could swap out? Possibly Traore or Huerta, but I kind of like them both for the squad. To be honest, I like the team. We finally got a good quality in depth now. Do you want the young Canadian? I don't think that's going to soften the transfer fee by much, but worth a go. But yeah, you look at the top left there. We wouldn't have enough money for a contract anyway, so absolutely not, guys. We're going to fall short this year. So with that being the case, I'm going to backtrack on my original plan. I'm going to keep the squad together. I'm going to trust we're good enough, if not to win the championship, at least stay in the top 4. And just believe we'll have enough to get over the line. Oh, wow, now that's an interesting one, to be fair. Oh, no, I just realised if I didn't do that, what I could have done is sold Teden to Bournemouth and then used that money to bring in Van den Ven. Oh, Doxy boy, once again, fumbling something available to him. Moron, Doxy. Absolute moron, because now, so for those who don't play Karima, basically, when you fail on a negotiation, you have to wait a week before you can negotiate again. So we could get Teden sold to Bournemouth in the next few hours, but it wouldn't matter. I'd have to wait a week before I can negotiate with Frankfurt once again for Mickey. Oh, Doxy. Doxy. Oh, you idiot. Right, so with that being the case then, I'm going to say to Bournemouth, no, we're going to keep Teden here as our third choice centre-half, behind Taylor and Calvin. And we'll keep the band together for the rest of the season. Yeah, that's a bottom. That's a stupid decision from Doxy boy. Why didn't I just wait and see if any bids came in, you know? What was the point in me going for a Hail Mary on the first hour of deadline day? Idiot. Absolute stupid moron. Honestly. So, deadline day is going to come to an end and we'll keep the money to carry over till next season. But the silver lining is that we're going to have a monstrous transfer budget for next season. You thought our budget this season was big. Next year it's going to be huge. It's gone Carlo Lee Spurs to join Barca for £73.9 million. Wouldn't mind him here, to be honest. Victor Roque has left Barca himself to join Aston Villa, £59.1 million. And Federico Chiesa has joined Man City as they bolster their squad in the hunt for the reclaim of their Premier League title. And in the end, we did nothing. But it's alright. It's okay. I trust the team. I do. 4 wins in 5. We're out of the woods. We're finally getting back to some sort of good form. Taylor's back from injury. Matt is back from injury. Nathan's back from injury. And it won't be too long as well until we see Sheaf come back from injury, I believe, as well. So we're alright. We're okay. I trust the team. I trust we'll be alright. I'm giving up on the title. I'm not even going to think about it. I'm just going to think about where we are right now. Wow, bids are coming in for Ryan. Guys, where were you in the summer? But it's a no because he's just signed a new contract. So I might as well block the offers for the left back here. If you want Nuno Tavares, I don't mind negotiating for him, but Ryan is staying. Yeah, all I'm thinking about now, heading into the final 17 games, is staying where we are, 4th place. That's where we snuck into on the final day last season. That's where I want us to stay. If we can win this game, we can cut the gap on Man City to 7, but it's a huge task to win at the Etihad Stadium, especially for our inconsistent Fulham team. I'll take a point here to keep us in the top 4. Come on, Fulham. Check the Man City bench pre-game, by the way. And for the 2nd game in a row, we faced them. No Nicholas Dominguez. It's unbelievable, honestly. To be fair, João Palhinha was there. So Palhinha's on the bench for this game. But Nicholas Dominguez, we've faced Man City twice now. And he's not made the bench either time. That just goes to show you how unbelievable this team is. And how unbelievable this man is as well. You can't stop the Norwegian Terminator, man. One way or another, he'll score against you. Erling Haaland beats Danilo in the air, and the bullet header finds the top corner. Man City about to go 13 clear of us at the top. We ain't ready for this yet. Not yet. You know, I will go as far as saying, I think at this current point... Oh, what a flick. Delinga. Oh, and a great save by Edison on Nathan. I think it will be easier for us to reach the Champions League final than it would to win the Premier League title. Genuinely, I stand by that as well. With all the great teams in the Premier League and Man City getting back to dominance after last year surrendering the title to Arsenal, but this year back going for it again, what will be 6 in 7 years. I think we've got more of a chance of reaching the CL final to win the Premier League title right now. Because, I mean, you think about it, right? Like, we got Dynamo Kiev in the last 16. With all due respect to the Ukrainian side, we should be able to take them out. And then let's say hypothetically we get a kind draw in the quarters as well. We'd then be 180 minutes away from a great opportunity to reach the semi-final. And you just never know then, do you? So, you know, I stand by it. I think, Sarah fires wide. We've got more of a chance of reaching the CL final this year than win the Premier League title. Definitely if we lose this game, for sure. Well played, Nathan. Good hustle there. We'll play advantage, ref. Oh, as Nathan stays down. He's already had 1 injury this year, and there's another as well. And I think just like the earlier injury this season, it's going to be yet another broken toe. I've reduced the sliders even more so, but I just can't avoid it. I'm now convinced it's nothing to do with the sliders, but EA have just turned up the frequency of broken toes, because it's been happening in this save far more frequently than in others as well. I mean, it happened in other saves, but in this save, it's ridiculous the amount of times it happens. Yeah, I think it's a combination of just bad luck. Oh! And possibly something EA have tweaked. Delinga! Come on, how have I not scored? Genuinely played really well in this game. Really solid performance. Oh, Rodri, so good. And Kubo with the 1-2. And I'm going to come up short 2-0. That right there just goes to show how hard it is to win on this game. You might need several chances to even get close to scoring one. The AI just need the one. How have we lost this game? 2-0. Never mind losing, but by 2 goals? It just shows you how difficult it is to win this year's FC, man. And it's why I've called it, and why I maintain, for me at least, it's the hardest version of the franchise I've ever played. The difficulty is incredible this year. But I've said it before, and I'll say it again. This is what makes this year's FC so much fun to play, because, you know, in previous versions of FC, you could turn your team into a world beater in 1.5 seasons. Not so much this time, especially when things like this keep happening as well. I've basically reduced the sliders down so much now, and yet it still keeps happening. And the severity, by the way, is 50. Frequency is still a bit higher, but the severity is 50. But Nathan, once again, is going to get downgraded. Man, look at those numbers. 5 goals and 7 in 13 in all competitions. When he's fit and healthy, he's a superstar. But unfortunately, just can't keep him fit and healthy. I think I might have to loan him out, you know. I think that's my best option from here. Yeah, forget the title. It's just now all about trying to stay in the top 4. 13 behind Man City, and I've got a feeling that it's going to be a 2-horse race between now and the end of the season between them and the champions Arsenal. Man, how different things looked just 4 or 5 weeks ago. Anyway, following game, Manchester United at home, trying to stay in the top 4 against the underperforming Red Devils. Let's get the job done and return to winning ways here in West London. Come on, Fulham. Could have joined Manchester United back in Season 2. Had the chance. They asked if I wanted a job. I said no. I'm not going to say I regret it, but we're still searching for silverware. We'll be lucky to stay in the top 4 this year. Hindsight's a wonderful thing, isn't it? Oh my god, I just can't do this. I can't do this, man. I really can't. I don't know what it is about Fulham and Doxy, boy, but it's a match I keep trying to force to work and it just never does. Hayden. See Sarah. Keep going. I see you. I see you. There we go. Jamie. Oh, what a great debut season he's having. What a finish as well. He's been one of the bright spots this year to what has otherwise been a really tough season. His form has been pretty solid, I'd say. He, Delinga, and Calvin, I'd say that those are the main 3. They ain't let us down this year. Not those 3. I mean, I say that. Top left. It's only his 5th goal in 23. I mean, he's got a few assists as well, I believe. But it's not, to be fair, it's not like he's been lights out. But even so. Even so. Anyway, can we flip this script here? Delinga, what a turn! Still Delinga! And James is not 5 goals, 6 goals! Come on! From a goal down to a goal up before the break, Jamie completes the turnaround. Fulham lead at the cottage. God, this team just don't know when to quit, man. Like, seriously, it's... Honestly, you think at some point they'll be ready to throw the towel, it just never happens. See their Europa League run for proof of that. It's unbelievable. It's Calvin is going to go for it and it just dropped wide of that post. Haven't really come close to a halfway line goal in this save so far. That was one of the closer attempts. Still leading by 1. What a turnaround victory this would be, man. Seriously. Really restoring some confidence here and some belief that whilst we know the title is probably gone, top 4 is still definitely possible! If you're going to score your first goal for your new club, make sure it's a memorable one. Mads Vifa bends one in. Fulham 3-1 up. Top 4 is where we'll stay. It's about damn time, Fulham. About damn time. To be fair, we're going to complete the season sweep on Manchester United as well. Beat them at Old Trafford. I think it was 3-0 as well. It was an amazing performance. And whilst we fell behind in this one here. Oh, no, no! Come on! You know, there are like certain moments where it's... What can I do about that, honestly? Ridiculous. Easiest goal of Mason Greenwood's career. I don't know how many more he'll score for Manchester United, if any more. I do believe that... I know I was coy about this when I mentioned it a couple of months ago. Some of you misinterpreted what I was saying, but I do believe that Manchester United will look to sell Mason in the summer. So I don't know if we'll ever see him score again for the Red Devils, but in this save, he's just scored the easiest goal there is to score. Unbelievable. Can't believe that. Lance stuck on the post, and now we've got 20 minutes to see out this 1-goal lead. If we throw it away from here, I'll be fuming. Yeah, I've seen them put a £40 million price tag on Jadon Sancho. I don't know what they'll say the fee for Greenwood will need to be. But let's say Jadon Sancho is worth 40 mil. How much is this man worth? Well, combined with this man, 150 mil for the pair of them, or I wouldn't even entertain the offer. That's right, they're worth 75 mil each in this market, in my opinion, and that will be an undersell. Come on! Back to winning ways, in the best way possible. Would have been absolutely fuming had we thrown these points away. Just about got it done. Come on. And another big coming in for Tavares post-game as well. That is our, I think, our 4th or 5th offer this season. And again, I'm going to consider selling him, but no business is going to get done between now and the end of the season. We need to focus purely on matters on the pitch. Right, following game, heading to this one, Wolves at home need to win this here because it's just so tight. We are still 13 behind Man City. We're not going to catch them. It's as simple as that. But it's so tight in the race for a Champions League spot. We simply can't afford to drop points in these games here. Gary O'Neill's side in West London. Come on, Fulham. Hopefully I remember to overlay it pre-game as well. But there was the draw for the last 16 of the FA Cup. I forgot the replays for that week. But it is West Bromwich Albion away at the Hawthorns. So Championship side won't be an easy one, especially away against the Baggies. But we'll still be favourites for it, no doubt. And if this man continues his red-hot form heading into that game... Oh, no, just stop. Just stop. What did I just say? He and Sarah, 75 mil each. Can I up that? I think 90 mil each, actually. Or at least for Delinga. I mean, this dude is just ridiculous. His finishing ability, to me in the Premier League, I wouldn't say second to none when I'm in a division with Erling Haaland, but maybe only second to the Norwegian. He's just incredible. Easy, yeah, we'll add that. Oh, it's really well done. It's really well done. Oh, yeah. Oh, what a save. Bart Verbruggen. Wonderful move, but just couldn't finish it off. The Docks special. As we still lead by 1. But as things stand, that second goal is coming. It's only a matter of time. Sarah to Torre. Flicks to Delinga. And now Huerta to Sessegnon. See you, Ryan. Oof. Sorry. Huerta through the gap. Torre flicks it. Oh, brilliant. Oh, there we go. Game over. And it's double delight for the Dutch forward. Game over. Fulham with back-to-back wins. Right, let's do a couple more because I really want to play at Dynamo Kiev first leg. Following contest, Arsenal away in North London, the champions. Right now, we are 6 behind them and they're 7 behind Manchester City. We can cut the gap on them to 3, but Man City could take a double-digit lead if they win and we beat Arsenal. So really, Arsenal need to win, stay in the title race. We need to win, try and pull away from the chasing pack. Let's see if we can put off a shock here away in North London. Come on, Fulham. We're not going to make up a 13-point deficit on Manchester City, so that's gone now. We can put that to the back of our minds. Title possibility is over, but hey, listen, FA Cup and Champions League double. Yeah, why not, right? Well, I can think of many reasons why not, but still, yeah, expect us to get to the quarters of the cup now, and the Champions League too. So just got to focus primarily on those two from here. Oh, it's Pablo Torres' shot. Could have gone anywhere. It does deflect behind for a corner. And a chance for us to take an early lead here against Arsenal, to be fair. Which we will. Thijs Delinga heads home. Goal number 22 for the season. And Fulham strike first. If we win this game, Pep Guardiola, I'm expecting a thank you card. Because you'll know it's your title to bottle from here. You see in the top left there. Man City, if they win, they'll now go 10 clear of the Gunners. Still be 13 clear of us as well. So that will surely all but do it. They'll be having the reclaim party. And I think if we can win this game here, if some teams below us slip up, we'd have a golden chance to not necessarily cement top 4, but give ourselves a really good chance of staying there between now and the end of the season. Delinga at the double once again. Fulham tuned it up 25 minutes in. Going into form when the title is basically out of our reach. Typical. We flew out of blocks in this game. 2 early goals for Delinga. Since then, get it back, get it back, get it back. There we go. Nothing really to report, but to be honest, I don't mind one bit. I'll take a 2-0 win at the Emirates every day of the week. And a massive win for our 3rd in a row. Yep, Fulham finally back to form. But I want to see post-game because I saw during the game Chelsea and Man City were actually drawing 2-2. And it finished that way at the bridge as well. So, oh, come on, Doxy boy. Don't get delusional, son. Come on, don't do this. It's 11 points. Alright? It's 11 points. It's still too big of a gap. There's 13 games to go. You're still in third. Come on. Calm yourself down, son. In fact, let's do 2 more from here actually instead. Following contest, Dynamo Kiev away in Ukraine. First ever Champions League campaign for us. Heading into the knockout stages and certainly favourites to this one. Last 16, first leg. Let's get a solid win to take back to Craven Cottage. Come on, Fulham. Yeah, I think you have to say this season. And I mention this a lot. Like, the luck of the draw means that sometimes you just can't avoid the biggest and the best. And then there are some seasons where you got to say you've had some kind draws. And I think this year, you have to say that's been the case for us. We haven't been very lucky in some occasions this year, particularly with the injuries. But if you look at our draws this season, in the FA Cup, all 3 rounds we're going into EFL sides. Leicester, Tranmere, now West Brom. Champions League, the group we had drawn. Not the easiest, but one we were targeting qualification from. And in the end, topped it undefeated. And our reward, last 16 against statistically the lowest ranked team left. Yeah, sometimes you just got to hold your hands and say, do you know what? I've been quite lucky here. Genuinely quite lucky. This is definitely one of those occasions. I think the growth for me as a person, one of the big things that has really kind of helped me develop is understand that there is absolutely no shame in getting a bit of luck. And there is absolutely no shame in asking for a bit of help. I was one of those people who, back in the day, in my late teens and early 20s, I don't know if it's the way I grew up, grew up quite poor, chip on my shoulder. I don't know if it's one of those things, but I was like, oh, I don't want anyone's help. I want to do it all myself. I don't take good luck. I do it all myself. Got a little bit older and I was like, what kind of attitude is that? Like, seriously, there's a great episode of The Fresh Prince of Bel-Air, one of my favourite sitcoms of all time. In fact, my favourite sitcom of all time, where Will's talking to Uncle Phil. He's got himself a job and he's a little bit sheepish and he says, I need to be a man, stand on my own 2 feet, not accept handouts. And Uncle Phil, despite being so rich and so powerful and so well respected, he just goes, that's the biggest load of crap I've ever heard. Because it's like, everyone needs a bit of help from time to time, and there's no shame in that. Everyone gets a little bit of good luck from time to time, and that's totally fine. There's nothing wrong with that. We need to stop this attitude of you've got to pull yourself up by your bootstraps and do it all yourself. No, that's not the right attitude. It's okay to ask for help, and when you get a bit of good luck, acknowledge it as well. Yes, as many of you know, one of my favourite podcasts is the High Performance Podcast, and the great Arnold Schwarzenegger was on there recently, famous bodybuilder, actor, and also politician, lest we forget as well. And he had a quote on there that really stuck with me. You can call me anything you want, but don't call me a self-made man. Acknowledging the help and support he's had throughout his career to become as successful as he has been. And if Schwarzenegger can admit that, then we all can. What a win for Fulham, 2-0, heading back to the Cottage, 4 in a row. Finally, we are flying high once again, but we have to acknowledge the role of luck and support along the way. Yep, let's go final game today, and we'll end on this London derby against West Ham. 3 2-0 victories in a row, 4 wins on the trot, and now taking on West Ham right now. 11 behind Man City, not even thinking about it with 13 games to go, but only 2 clear of Palace in 5th. If we want to stay in the top 4, we're going to need to keep this good form going. Let's keep the winning run going and extend it here with a big 3 points. Come on, Fulham. Starts the game, it's 10 minutes in. Penned in my own half, can't get out. And now, in my own area, Jared Bowen. Oh, what a save by Lance Knight. And a rebound also saved by Knight. Fabulous double save by Lance. And it keeps us still at 0-0. Well, it's safe to say he's not been quite as good as last season. Dropped a clanger against Manchester United. But that is a big, big save to keep us still tied. Trey sent down the right. Into the middle. Pablo Torre. Ooh, spinning out of control. And Justin Bailo. Oh, poor kick. Really poor kick. Oh, Pablo Torre. What a miss, honestly. Justin with a howler. Got to take those chances, man. Seriously. Cesar to Sara. Nice ball across. Jamie's on the end of it. Dalinga to Danilo. Oh, brilliantly done. Wonderful build-up. Yes! And Jamie with the finish. 7th for the season now for Bino Gittins. Fulham strike right before the break. And this is the overpoweringness of form. Couldn't buy a win as things stand. set for our 5th in a row in all competitions. Fulham flying high once again. Not the most dominant of victories, but wins are wins, and after 4 clean sheets in a row and 5 victories on the trot in all competitions, it's safe to say Fulham are out of the woods and back on track. And that'll do it for today's episode of the Premier League Career Mode, guys. So big thank you for watching. Really hope you have enjoyed it, and if you have, then please do drop a like. Much love to you all. Have a fantastic day. I will return in the next one as we're about to enter the business end of the season. We'll have the second leg of our last 16 Champions League tie against Dynamo Kiev, where we should be able to make it through to the quarterfinals. Touch wood, fingers crossed, without a choke. We'll have the FA Cup last 16 against West Bromwich Albion, the Championship side, and we'll have more big games in the Premier League. Still 11 behind Man City, and right now just trying to stay in the top 4. Forget the title race, man. Know where you are. We just want to stay in the Champions League places. Have a great day, guys. Much love to you all, and I'll see you for the next episode of the Premier League Career Mode very soon.